Alright, hey, what's up guys? This is Lucas here. So today I will be discussing what you should look for in a main Speedcube. So what I mean is the kind of qualities and performance that you're getting out of the cube that you choose to be your main. So not necessarily the specific cube that you choose. So first I'll go into sticker quality. Now I prefer half brights plus deep blue from the cubicle. By the way, this is a cubicle Vulcan. It's set up very well, and I'll be using it as the model in this video. So it has my preferred sticker shades, and I really like that. But what I wanted to mention is that cubes these days come with excellent stickers. They're great in quality and shades. So you really can't go wrong with stickers these days. Stickerless cubes have improved drastically in terms of their shades. Yeah, so it really isn't that hard to keep up with stickers, but it is definitely something that you want to continue maintaining. Additionally, having a very equal lube job is very important. So what I mean by this is each side needs to feel relatively the same, so one side shouldn't be gummier than the other or something like that. And this allows the cube to be more consistent, have a more consistent feeling, and it just overall makes for a better and more enjoyable performance. So you really need to look out for this when you are using some sort of heavy lubricant when you're lubing your main Speedcube. So just to give you an example, some of the heavier cubicle silicone lubes don't distribute as evenly, and that's really what their Lubical Silk, Lubical Line, and D&M, they're supposed to spread more evenly and supposed to be higher quality. So that should resolve the problem if you're having issues with that. Or you could even just be a little bit more careful when you're lubing your cube with a heavier silicone lube. So kind of similar to that, having even tensions is very important. And this is because you want to have an equal speed and equal corner cutting on each side. Just that consistency makes it easier to perform well on all sides. So especially if you're color neutral, you really want to make sure that all your tensions are even. Now what you can do is you can kind of corner cut and see if each side corner cuts relatively the same. Doing it by feel isn't always the best option, but it certainly works. And also you can even go down just to the core and kind of pull the pieces apart just to see if the tensions are even. But yeah, you really want to keep even tensions. Also, cubes straight out of the box usually do not have lube in the core, so what you'll oftentimes get is a springy noise, and that's friction going on inside of the core. So you really want to limit that friction by going in there and lubing it with a heavier lube. So just lube around the spring, make sure that springy noise is gone, because you really want to make sure you limit all friction within the cube. And kind of building off of that, there's a lot of friction going on in between the pieces as well. So if you'll kind of just like turn slowly, if it takes a little bit of force to start, like if there's a lot of static friction, then that signifies that you probably need to go in there and lube the pieces again and clean them off, because you really don't want that sticky feeling right as you're starting your turn. And this problem generally arises after you've used a cube for a while. So definitely make sure to clean out your puzzle relatively frequently. And this can be done by just like rubbing a paper towel inside. It's really not that difficult. But note that when you do that, you probably need to lube your cube again afterward. But yeah, just keep that in mind. Lastly, cubes these days are very customizable. So cubes can have very different feelings, very different speeds, just stuff like that. And you really want to make sure that your main Speedcube is perfect for you. This will probably require a unique setup. So you want to keep in mind what your personal preferences are. It really shouldn't be too difficult to adjust the cube to your liking, but it's really important that you do that since your turning style may already be suited to a certain type of cube. So generally you don't want to have mains that feel too different from one another. Just for an example, I tend to prefer cubes that are a bit slower or a bit more gummy, so I have to keep my cubes well lubricated and also a little bit tight, but that's just for me. So really just keep that in mind. A lot of people underestimate setting up cubes, even though cubes these days are excellent out of the box. Even just a little bit of adjusting could make your main speed cubes a lot better. Yeah, so I really just wanted to touch on that topic. But if you're not very good at setting up cubes, the Cubicle does offer a premium service for setting up cubes to your liking. So that's really cool. So yeah, I hope this video helped, and I hope it allows you to make your main speed cubes as best as possible. So thank you guys for watching.